You're sought after. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High sent us out, man. The Most High sent us out. But you reject the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. See real quick. This is Jeremiah 7. Jeremiah 7 and 23. But this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your God. And ye shall be my people, and you walk in all the ways that I commanded you, that it may be well unto you. See? That's that bodily exercise. Accepting that godly profession, right? Which is profitable unto you, man. Right? But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and the imagination of their evil heart. You see? The cogitations, the mind is wicked above all things. We can know it, right? So those cogitations, that thought process was deceiving you. It's what got you thinking that you're somebody. Really, you ain't nobody, man. You're a piece of shit. Trash. It says, and went backward and not forward, right? They didn't follow Yahweh Shai. That's going forward is following Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and increasing in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in your faith. That's what it means to go forward. Not backward means to regress, to go to a lower state, to fall behind. You see what I'm saying? Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have sent unto you all my servants the prophets daily, rising up early and sending them. You see? So there ain't going to be no excuse. But those men that were sent out, wherever you brothers are, the elect is on the highways and the byways, you're fulfilling that prophecy. And these people that buck up against you, that reject, that ignore you, whatever it is, they're gonna receive that judgment. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. You see? So I can call to an individual, but he ain't gonna come. Yahweh Shai is calling out to him. You know? But they ain't gonna come. It's like Ezekiel was a sign unto the people. All the prophets were signs unto the people to come, to know what time it was. It says, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from off their mouth. See? It's like the Lord said, they honor the Lord with their lips, but their heart is far from him, man. Truth is cut off from their hearts, man, their mind. They don't retain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They don't seek after Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's face, man. To know him, to seek what he's about, and to eat the whole roll. You know, they partially handpick what they want, what's going to benefit them, to make them happy. You know, that's why the Lord is going to bring a swift judgment. But let me finish that one in Malachi 3. And start out where I left off, Malachi 3 and 5. And against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. For I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So who's going to be consumed? The other ones, man. 2/3, the other nations. So he's that swift judgment against you. He's going to come as a swift witness against you. And to the elect, we're going to know why. We're going to know that the Lord just came through. Right? We're going to know that the Lord just came through. You know, gave us that witness, man. To believe, to know. That was it on there. Let me go back to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Just like Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai, he was not accepted in his own country, right? He didn't perform no miracles. He wasn't trying. He didn't even push the word over there, man. He burnt out. He burnt out of there, man. You know. wasn't respected. He wasn't accepted. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Just like Yahushua. They were saying, is this not Joseph's son? Is he not the carpenter's son? Is he not a carpenter? Right? We know him. We know his family. You know? Who is this man? Who is this madman? Who is this man that was not brought under the Sanhedrin or brought under the Pharisees? You know, even though, I mean, he was in the beginning in the book of Luke, it tells you that he was in the temple with the doctors asking questions. Man, they were amazed at his wisdom. Right? It says, therefore have we erred from the way of the truth, and the light of righteousness had not shined upon us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness, and destruction, yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as the way of the Lord we have not known it. And that's how these people are. That's how America's going to be. And the end result of that is going to be desolate. It's going to be made bare. You know? That's what that means, man. To be made bare, to be left desolate. And these people are really empty. These people are really lack any type of spirit, man. They're just governed by demons. You know? This is the book of Revelations. Revelations 3 and 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. See? Miserable, poor, blind, and naked, man. That's how these people are here. That's how the Most High is looking at you. You know, it's like when Adam and Eve went off, they saw that themselves were naked. They sinned. Their shame was there. That's what that represents. Their shame. You know? But because that veil is over your eyes, you don't see that. Every now and then it'll creep in. Like, oh, you activate, you start crying, right? See, you realize how much of a piece of shit you are. You know? It's like in that movie Sunk In. You know, whenever that one Jake, he was amongst all those when they were about to do the bidding for the Jake that chick brought in, but that one they had kidnapped from the beginning of the movie. When he saw that flash of light that the other Jake took the picture of him, it activated to where he came out of that. He came out from that sunken place. That's what delivered him. That's what brought about that light. Right? That's how these 2/3 are, man. These 2/3, the light will hit them a little bit to where they realize that, damn, man, what's fucking going on? But then they go right back into that sleepy state. You know, that movie is real good, man. That movie has a lot of truth to it. That movie, Get Out. Right? But because of that way, man, because they think they don't need the Most High, they're good. Most High it's fled the earth. They're no longer there on the earth. They don't need them. You know, they wait upon the Lord. Nothing comes, and they lose patience, and they go into they get taken over by demons, man. That's how a lot of these people are, man. They get ran through with these philosophies, these doctrines, these different ideologies, influenced, brainwashed, and they're done. That's why I put up a video of a short video of it says fall not for the false American dream. Well, I got that little clip, that segment from the movie Suicide Squad, and that witch, right? That's this whole place, America, man. Your people are being bewitched, being put under a spell by a witch, whether it be a witch or a wizard. That's how this place is being governed by, man. But nothing but warlocks and witches, people that love Satan, man. That love Satan, man, which is on the left-hand side of demonic spirits. That's how this place is governed. All right. So going back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 8, it says, "What hath pride profited us?" You know what I'm saying? Because pride is hateful before the Most High. So what has pride profited you? People think that having pride is a good thing. It's not a good thing. There's a difference between pride and integrity. Having integrity is a good thing, but pride is evil, man. All right, people got a lot of things, a lot of vocabulary issues, and they're backwards on a lot of things, man. Integrity is what you want to have and keep. What's integrity? Integrity is where you're honest, you're truthful. Pride is gonna cause you to just think about yourself and to be a liar, to be a murderer, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It says, "What hath pride profited us, or what good had riches with our vaunting brought us?" And the word vaunting goes back to the word boasting. All right, which boasting, it comes with what? Pride. All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. As a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel and the waves. That's right, man. You can't see the path where a ship goes through. You know, you see it for a moment, then it's gone. All right, that's an example of how this place America's gonna be, how you 2/3 are gonna be, how Esau's gonna be, how these little businesses that the Most High is shutting down, the storehouses are being found empty. Prophecies being fulfilled and pushed out. The spirit of Yahushua is being pushed out on these places, on these people. They're going to realize that they were nothing. Or as when a bird has flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with the violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went to be found. It's to be found. That's right, man. Right? Things come and go. Basically, that's what it's saying. And it's going to be as the triumphant of the wicked is sure. There ain't going to be no memorial. There ain't going to be no remembrance of this place, man. Because everybody wants to leave a memorial of good, right? They want to make a name for themselves, a place for themselves in this world. They want to stamp, you know, their influence that in the world to be remembered. But the Most High is not going to allow that, because it may have, you know, like, you got all these different artists and musicians that have come through the years, 1800s, and Beethoven, Mozart, they all remembered, right? But when it comes to the kingdom, all that shit's going out the window, man. I ain't going to remember none of that bullshit. None of that's going to be in the kingdom. It's going to be all new, brand new, rejuvenated. You know? It says, or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parteth the air, which immediately can cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through, or where it went through. That's right, man. You can't follow its path and find it. You know, you're gonna try to find that arrow, right? Because you need it, right? You're gonna shoot it out there. And you know you need that arrow. You may keep going straight, but then your straight is gonna go all the way to the right. You're gonna veer off, and you ain't gonna find it. Right? So you can't just look and be like, okay, I see the line, boom, that's where it is. No, man. You ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find it. You're gonna find these businesses coming back. You ain't gonna find Esau rising back up. All right. This is Nahum 1 and 8. But with an overrunning flood he will make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies. What do you imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. See, ain't gonna come back up. The remembrance is gonna be forgotten. It's gonna be remembered what the Lord did, destroyed that fucking place. Just like Egypt, that's all you remember. Us brothers, that's all we remember, how the Most High destroyed that fucking place. We don't remember the greatness of Egypt. As far as like we use certain information, you know, like Esau puts about Egypt on you know, on the Discovery Channel or on these different channels, and talks about how the greatness of Egypt. right? That's the only, as far as it's gonna go for now. We use those things, to when we teach. But who built up that city? Who built up their dynasty? It was the Israelites, man. Who made them great? The Israelites, because we were their slaves, man, in the land of our captivity. But in the kingdom, it's going to be remembered for what the Lord did, the destruction, and the great deliverance, how He brought out the elect. It said, verse 13, even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our wickedness. See? That's what they're going to say, man. Scriptures say in all our righteousness were as filthy rags. That's why we need Yahweh Shai. We need Yahweh Shai, because if not, it would just be a continual cycle of being born, death, just born to death. Which Yahweh Shai is life, man. That's why He said, my words, they are spirit and they are life. Because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is what's going to deliver us, Lord willing. On the elect, that's what's going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as a smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Transitory, man. It's like Abel's name means transitory. Like a vapor. Here 1 minute, gone the next. You see? So these places are going to be forgotten, man. This is going to be a remembrance that it was once there. But what is it going to be remembered for? How is it going to be remembered? In the kingdom, there ain't going to be no remembering. America was badass, man. This, that, and the third. No, man. It's going to be remembered for its wickedness. And the rejoicement of it is going to be because we're delivered out of that wickedness by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. But the righteous live forevermore, you see? Because the triumphing of the wicked is short. That's why it went into that, because it told you that they're not going to be found, they're not going to be sought after. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be obliterated. Esau's going to be chased out of the world, right? It's going to be as a dream. You wake up from a dream, it's gone, it's over. Sometimes you don't even remember it. It's gone, right? But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with His right hand shall He cover them, and with His arm shall He protect them. See? So that's who's going to be protected, and that's who's going to continue to prolong their life. And everlasting salvation is the elect, the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else is going to be destroyed and blotted out. Esau's going to be chased out of the world. These places that everybody thinks that's great. Like I said, downtown front is right here. It's Lord willing, it's going to be shut down forever, man. Because of that man's pride when he bucked up. So Yahweh Shai has a big surprise for a lot of these people. And He's going to ultimately shut down America, which America, all it is one big corporation, man. It's a business. It's a place of traffic where you got your consumers, where your consumers are what? The ones that buy. They're spending their money, but at the same time they're building up His kingdom. They're living rich. They're living in their world. This is their playground. We're just their workers, eating the crumbs off their table. And that shit's coming to an end. I'm tired of that. That's why you got the men that you see on the videos coming out to the highways and the byways. That's part of our purpose. That's our reason. Says Scripture says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, man. They hated him that rebuketh in the gate. That's our purpose. That's why we're out here. That's what Yahweh Shai has driven us to know and to understand. Why we had anger. Why we're so mad. Not having an answer. Now we know. Having to fucking wake up according to what some man tells us to do. Having our kids go to an education system that is full of corruption. That brainwashes them. Where they're influenced by other demonic kids. come back bringing that attitude, raised by wicked ass women. Hell no, man. Sick of that shit, man. You know? But Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to reward the elect and protect the elect, man. And that's all we need to worry about. Is feeding the elect, seeking our own salvation with fear and trembling, man. And other than that, Yahweh Shai will take care. He'll do the rest. All he wants us to do is to rehearse the righteous acts and to push this word out, man. To deny ourselves. It's simple, man. He said the scriptures say the commandments of the Most High are not grievous. So all we got to do is do what we got to do. And the Lord do the rest, man. So hope it was edifying with you brothers. Hope you got some kind of information out of it. You know, especially younger brothers out there, man, you know. Young brothers, you know, they need to start with the basics, the fundamentals of the scriptures, man. That's what's going to keep you stable before you start getting into the heavier things, man. Know the difference between pride and integrity, you know, things of that nature, honor and dishonor. What does that represent? What does that mean? What does that mean to be in the body of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man? You got to examine yourself, man. So, till then, hope it was edifying. Shalom.